GM, we're live and we're waiting for 3. If you want to hop in this big board, hop on in. The water's fine. And Gunnar Ross, GM to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Appreciate you so much, Gunnar Ross. Who aims up, fam? Hey, who aims? Appreciate y'all so much, Mr. Who. We're waiting for 3 still. I was tempted to open this stream with a underdog open golf, but I think most people are here for the big board. But if you are trying to get into the underdog golf streets, it is going to close / fill soon. I don't think it's going to overlay. It's 91.9% filled, but these are going to start filling up quick. I got in 10 of these. Genesis is a super fun tournament, but we are now just waiting for 2 in the big board. Hey, Arlox24, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning. Likewise, Fantasy Monster. 0 RB is dead. Oh man. Well, it's definitely not the preferred meta. It's definitely not in vogue. We'll see if it's what you need though. We'll see if it's what you need. Nick asking the question on all our minds. I think, we will get there in this draft. My thoughts off the rip are, initially I was like, it's over. He's undraftable. He's not going to play this year. I think I've come around to the very real possibility that nothing comes of it. And I think I just want to be near market at this point. I want to be getting shares cheaply where I can. I'm not going to buy him at the 2-3 turn because he's going to fall from there. But we've seen the NFL with these civil allegations. Sometimes they can move kind of slowly. The time frame versus what the league was already aware of. There's just a lot of things up in the air. I think he is in a position on the field where I don't want to have none of him if he does play. He is the kind of league winner type player, so I don't want to be fully out on that before we know. But I also recognize there is real risk that he is suspended for a huge portion of the season. The Chiefs could cut him. So I'm taking a bit of a wait and see approach. Gunnar Ross has been ripping the DK pretty soft. Yeah, I need to get in the DK streets. I'm waiting on a few things before I hop into those. But the DK streets can be tempting. RM Covers agrees that DK is very soft. Yeah, who aims? I've seen people, a couple drafts yesterday. He didn't fall very much. And I don't know if that was people who didn't care. I'll take a CD Lamb share. I'm a little light on CD Lamb, and I've realized I kind of want to be nearer to market on Lamb. But yeah, it's, again, there is legitimate risk that he does not play this season. But again, the year that he had the racing incident, he was a smash before Mahomes destroyed his knee. And it's just not the kind of player I want to have like absolutely stone zero of if he is playing. Maurice Perkins, GM to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Terrence notes, it's different if it's a parole violation. I'd stay away. I agree. That is one of the things. Like, if he is found to violate his parole, he will go to prison, like big boy prison. Again, hold on. Let me make my pick here. I would have taken Jefferson and gone receiver instead. I guess we'll do Saquon, CD Lamb. A little bit of a turn back the clock kind of start here. But Philly and Dallas are definitely live to meet in the fantasy playoffs. And so we'll play this one. We'll do a little Lamb Saquon. I don't know the full timing of it. Some of the things are alleged to, I think, have occurred before the drag racing thing. We just don't know. Like, we just don't know. But yeah, that is, you know, part of the risk. Gunnar Ross says local sports talk in KC thinks they will cut him, and RM Covers thinks KC's tired of him. That is definitely a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. But we'll see where he goes here. We'll definitely see where he goes here. And I wouldn't be, at this point, no outcome would really surprise me. But I also feel like we'll probably get a little potentially more clarity in the days and weeks. Like, your whole summer isn't gonna have to be decided on your Rashee Rice stand and, you know, the draft you're doing over the next 3 days. But yeah, it's a bad situation. It's a really unfortunate situation. T-Bear, though, by the way, at the 1 hole, we got T-Bear in the room. We got Blueless in here. We got myself at the 9. We got Crutches at the 12. If you're in here, though, per the Geneva Convention, you have to let me know. Who says Casey Kareem Hunt a while back was a great player for them for something like this. No video here will be interesting. Yeah, there's no video, but I think there's some like photos attached to this. I think I'm not sure if there's been some photographic evidence. So this is taking me back to like law school fact pattern days. I don't know. It is tough. So is like if he comes to me at the 3-9, I don't think this is enough of a discount here to take Rice. But if he's there at 40, do I take him? I don't know. He becomes a little bit hard to pass there. But Rice also was like the clear wide receiver 1 on this team. So I don't know. Let's grab a Kyron share before running back goes off a complete and total cliff here. Ricardo, GM, missed you guys in this one. I'll catch you in the second draft. I will see you in the second draft, Ricardo. Frog Clone, yo, hey, Frog Clone, good morning to you. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a great day. So many questions with KC. What a time to be alive. Yeah. Well, Runyon takes KC, so we will never know if Mr. Crutches would have taken him at the 3-4 turn. Nothing feels stable there. Yeah. Hunt wasn't close to Rashee and yeah, exactly. It's a little easier to part with that, I think. GM Gang. Hey, Greg, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Fellow long-suffering Dolphins fan. Appreciate you so much, Greg. Yeah, and Rice is clearly not a good person. That is not in dispute. It's just what do we do from a fantasy standpoint here? Hey, Caddy Kev, new here. Like the morning stream. Hey, appreciate you, Caddy Kev. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. I assume that's a golf caddy. So, I mean, man, that is good work if you can get it. I would love to be out there now instead of just sweating my Genesis picks. All right, let's take Lad here. Could we have taken Scatabo? Sure. Let's see. Did the sidekick return? Oh, it's back. It's back. It wanted Lad. All right, we can put this up. We had to put the sidekick in timeout because it left me yesterday, but it got huge somehow. So you guys can see what the sidekick wants to do as we IKB it like we do far too often. Give me 1 sec. I'll pull the board up. People can see what's going on. All right, so we got Crutches going H.A. McBride, Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Blueless. I don't know if you're in here this morning, but going Amon-Ra, Love, Brees, and Devonta Smith. And T-Bear is coming up on the clock. We'll see what T-Bear does. A true friend to the program over there in the 1 hole. Does he take a 4th running back? Somehow doubt it. Al Boogie, GM to you. Hope you're having a good morning. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. Likewise, Kicks, one of the good ones. Thank you, Kicks, for coming by. Rashee Rice and Jordan Addison need therapy. I think Addison there's levels to this. I don't think Addison's quite there. Frankly, I would love to know what happened in Addison's London adventure. I wish we had like footage of that. Just what was Addison's night out in London like, where he missed curfew and got suspended for the first quarter. I hope it could have been anything. He could have been just like playing darts with the fellas late. He could have been like in a club. He could have just been like roaming the streets. I don't know. I have a lot of questions. GM to you, Purple Yosh. Appreciate you, Eliminator Champ. Purple Yosh coming by. Thanks for hanging out today. Bird enthusiast, likewise. Good morning. Good morning. What happens to Worthy's price? I didn't see it move yesterday, Chris. I could see it rise. All right. I mean, while we don't know, I think it's going to rise. But I think if they did like cut Rice or they know he's going to get suspended, I wouldn't be surprised if they added somebody. In fact, I think this PFF mock that's ticking by has the Chiefs drafting a receiver. So definitely some questions. I don't think he just like steps in and becomes wide receiver one, but I mean, it's possible. I think that's what they kind of wanted to do last year before Travis Kelce killed him. And how much of Worthy's struggles last year do we attribute to him like playing with a separated shoulder? I mean, that's got to be tough, knowing at any moment you could lay out for a catch and you're getting surgery that evening. Like, it's got to be tough. Who's ready to tilt the ownership flip in golf? What am I missing? I stacked the early AM tee times as best I could. And so I feel like all I'm doing is my guys are going to like play in the rain. And then the PM guys are going to get pushed into tomorrow. Like, with my luck, that's what's going to happen. Like, the late tee times are going to get the like beautiful Friday weather. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Addison, he's just out there. I can't begrudge Addison. He's on an adventure. It seems like fun. All right, let's see. We're coming up. I took Javonte, by the way. I don't think. All right, let's see. Hurts and Saquon is a little bit interesting. The machine has abandoned me yet again. Machine, help. What do I do? Do I take... It wants me to take Drake May. I'm light on May, but let's not end up with stone zero of him. So we'll take that. We'll take a Drake May share. One thing I don't love about May is I don't really enjoy stacking him. I'm pretty out on Diggs. I don't think Booty is clickable. He's, to me, way overpriced. I think Hunter Henry is very live to get replaced. I don't know. I mean, he's fine, but I wouldn't be so shocked at all. I thought last year they might take somebody and they didn't, so you never know there. But he's a little bit difficult to add pass catchers to. At least he's the kind of quarterback where you don't necessarily have to do it. Number 12, like. Boom, my friends. Like, hey, thanks, Fantasy Dog. Yeah, hit the like, hit the sub. These things help. We're trying to get to 500 subs. We're at 472, which is incredible. I mean, I truly, when I started doing this and streaming, to literally, my old videos have 4 views if you watch my first video. So we started from the bottom, and now we're very close to 500. So, I can't thank you all enough for doing this. Ton of fun doing these morning streams with you guys. Arlock's asking if Omar Cooper's a first-round pick. He's getting mocked there. And more, the detractors will point out the sort of late breakout profile of him, that he was on a team that kind of caught fire late. But, by the way, yeah, here in the ticker, it's got Kansas City Chiefs taking Mekhi Lemon. He will be the slappiest pick of all if he goes there. So, but that said, I mean, I think Brugler has Omar Cooper pretty high. I'm not sure if he has all the way in the first round, but definitely more and more. Emo Cowboys, God sleepiest soldier. Well, good morning to you, Emo Cowboy. Appreciate you coming in. Let's see what the room is giving to us here. Let's see what the room wants us to do. The machine wants us to take Warren or Tootin. I have like no Tootin. I literally don't think I have a Tootin share. I don't know if this is where I want to start with one with only Lamb and Ladd. I'm very surprised that it is not asking me to take one of these receivers. That said, receiver is the one position I'm happy to click kind of late. We missed out on Dak. Not that I necessarily would have needed Dak on this team with Drake May already. Let's see what Blueless does. Let's see what Blueless does. I mean, the bull case for Diggs is one more year removed from the ACL stuff. The bear case for Diggs is everything we watched in the last like 5 weeks of the season. Nothing was too exciting. Alec Pierce is who I wanted there. So now we're back. We're back in not the best spot. I'm gonna take Pitts. I mean, I've been taking Pitts shares hand over fist, and I will continue to do it. Maybe I could have gotten him at 88. He does have a tendency to fall, but I'm kind of curious as to what the sidekick's going to want us to do there. You mean I have not seen what the latest one and done ownerships are. Right now I am on Rory McIlroy. I'm just burning one of my studs. I think you could go a ton of different directions. I don't think anything is like truly bad unless you pick someone outside like the top 15 in odds at a signature event. Chris has a torrid labrum, very difficult to sleep. Playing football seems impossible. Yeah, that's why I'm willing to take some Rice this year. All right, there goes Worthy, pick 87. Is that the Mahomes drafter? No, it wants Diggs. Gosh, I don't like Diggs. But I do need a receiver. I missed out on. I thought I was going to get. I should have taken Pittman first because I probably would have gotten Pitts anyway. But maybe it's meant to be. We'll stack May and Diggs. You know, can't be too mad about that, but not my preferred way to go. Yeah, the machine wanted Drake May. I was somewhat surprised. Are you being facetious? Because we know Leg Up famously is hot on Drake May shares. Purple Yosh, how do you miss curfew in a city famous for a giant clock? You yeah, can't you just at any moment you can just peek your head out and you know exactly what time it is? Stack May with Alec P. You know what's funny, Crutches, is I almost said that because I was almost gonna say I wanted Pierce before the pick. That's definitely live. That is super live. Alec Pierce to New England. So we'll see. It's hard to project these free agent landing spots, but it does feel like it makes too much sense. Weirdly, ETR doesn't have Cooper ranked, but he's second. But he's in the second round. So are Chris, Bell, Lane, Brazel, Jeremy, etc. types. Yeah, that is interesting. ETR doesn't have Cooper ranked. I'm surprised there, but all those other names definitely your various streamers and touts will give you. I don't think I have much Lane or Bell, but I have been taking Brazel. The sidekick tends to like Brazel. I know PPR Tyler's very in on Jeremy Bernard. Malachi Fields has his supporters, and then the Ted Hurst extremists out there who like to Senior Bowl stuff. Hulk Smashed Potatoes, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. GM Hartman, appreciate you coming in, hanging out, ripping some big boards here. I don't remember hearing what you think happens with Pitts. I think he goes back to Atlanta. I don't think there is a bad case for me. I feel like he either goes back to Atlanta with Stefanski and we're all happy, or he goes to a team that really wants him and is going to feature him and we're all happy. I don't see like a really big bear case for Pitts. He's just had a weird kind of star-crossed career between injuries and Arthur Smith stuff. Yeah, so I'm willing to give him a pass and buy this price here. All right, Blake Corum goes. Jadarian Price by ADP. Price is gone, so I'll take Algier, who I've mentioned many times as one of my favorite running backs here. I think when he signs, we're going to be taking him 3 picks ahead of where we are going. So he is one of the guys I want to grab before they rise. Hopefully I'm not wrong about his landing spot and he ends up in some like god-awful split or committee, but I think he wants to be the RB1 somewhere, and we're getting him, priced in the, past Blake Corum, who we know is an RB2. Crutches said it's had 3 torn labrums, really depends, sometimes not bad, was lifting for 6 months through the second before realizing it was torn. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, really, it just depends. Each is different. There's still talent and NFL fit questions. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was happier when Worthy was like going closer to pick 100. With him rising, it's not great. But we were kind of robbed of a lot of information last season, like that we just didn't get. All right, Purdy, Goff, Baker, all here. A lot of guys. I'll take Wandale. I will take a Wandale share. Also a free agent, but I do think he'll be back in New York. I'd be surprised if they didn't retain his services. The sidekick wanted me to take a quarterback, but we IKB'd it. Lutz, GM to you. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out. Lutz out there in the drafting streets as well. Let's check in on our friends and family. We got Crutches starting with A-Chain, McBride, Higgins, Wilson, Tyson, Burrow. So he gets the Burrow-Higgins stack. Follows it up with Jacoby Myers, Byshell, Tootin. So a Jags stack minus T-Law there. And then David Montgomery and Coleman. So, yep. Nice team here from Mr. Crutches. And let's see, T-Bear on the other end of the board. Bijan, Bucky, Ken Walker, Lemon, Watson, DK Metcalf, and unstacked Justin Herbert with Chuba Hubbard, Chris Godwin, and now he's on the clock back-to-back for a Dobbs, Rashid Shaheed double tap. So a 1-4-6-0 for T-Bear. And the board rolls around. Go Easy Cards. Hello, Candles and crew. How many big boards is everyone at? I think this is like 73 for me. I am way ahead of the pace for maxing this. So you're gonna have to run some little boards on the stream at this rate, because we're burning through them. Stefan says, even if Algier ends up in a committee, he isn't a bad pick in early hundreds. I wouldn't trip. Yeah, I don't think he ends up in a committee, but I agree. I like the upside in Algier there. Total pre-draft teams. Yeah, I think probably 82, I guess, is what I'm at. I think. Gunnar Ross at 45. All right, let's see. All right, a couple quarterbacks here. Then quarterback starts to dry up. We do have Drake May. We could kind of consider him in that elite QB tier. A couple picks of ADP value still on the board. Interesting. Where's the Amon-Ra drafter has to be blueless. I'd be very surprised if Goff gets past blueless, but we'll see. He also has Laporta, so that would be a so he doesn't get the chance, unfortunately. Keep Calm and Marshawn. You gotta take Jared Goff over Shakir with your Josh Allen team. Blueless takes Shakir. So there goes the end of the ADP value. Oh, man, none of these position players I really feel like I need to take. I would have taken Shakir there had he come all the way back to me. Instead, we'll just grab Darnold and then see what the room gives to us. But we don't want to get locked out at quarterback, knowing how aggressive people get here. Ricardo's done 39 big boards. Purple Yosh out on the pre-draft speeds. Well, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out on the on that. Got to shave the roll for the elim. Yeah, some people just don't like the pre-draft stuff. I know Mr. Burkle does not do it. Crutches takes Malik Willis. He's actually like my favorite quarterback in this range, because I think he has like rookie year Jaden Daniels type upside, where you can get a big rushing games. He could end up like in a good offense. So Crutches there, double taps. Two of the quarterbacks there taking no chances, going Willis and Kyler. What do we want to do? I think we take the plunge here. The writing is on the wall as far as quarterbacks. Let's grab Mendoza. So we got Drake May, Sam Darnold, Fernando Mendoza, Saquon, Kyron, Javonte, Tyler Algier, CD Lamb, Ladd, Steph Diggs, Wandale, and Kyle Pitts on this team. All right. Yeah, you got sniped, Blueless. I wasn't sure if you were in here, but yeah, that was kind of an odd thing. It seems like he should have taken Shakir. You could have gotten Goff, and everyone would have been happy. Would you rather win the big board or have 50K subs? Oh my God, that's a probably 50K subs, because I feel like at that point I could just do this full time, right? I don't know what the monetization levels are. But I would love to have either. I would take either in a heartbeat. Yeah, doing three QBs because my thesis is Willis to Arizona, McGraw, Kyler to Jets. Wilson makes sense. Yeah, I've been playing Willis to Miami, but I'm starting to worry that's just a pipe dream with their cap situation. I love following candles in the pre. Hey, thanks, Purple Yosh. Appreciate that so much. Yeah, appreciate all of you who hang out, whether you're in the streets or not, or just like hanging out in the morning. Means a ton. So thanks, Purple Yosh. Will Fields start multiple games this year? I don't think so, right? Where? No, surely not. Oh yeah. Yeah. Would you? Exactly. Or dinner with Jay-Z. That's the real answer. That terrible like LinkedIn meme. Game tight or I don't think they were memeing at first. GMC 3PL. I love the gatekeeper droid microphones. Exactly. You're either on stream here or you're trying to get into Jabba's palace. So either way. All right, what do we want to do? We got a 3-4-4-1. CJ Stroud plummeting in this room. I think the Nico drafter must be over here, right? Where's Nico? So the Nico drafter said, no, I'm good. I got Lamar and Purdy. I don't want you. So CJ Stroud is now in free fall. I'm not taking Booty, even if he comes to me. I'll telegraph that right now. I don't think that's gosh, this is a tough part of the board for me. I don't like these options at all. I think my favorite among them is Josh Downs, who could be the beneficiary of a departing either Alec Pierce or Michael Pittman. So we'll grab a Josh Downs share. And don't call me Shirley. Heard Nico was available for trade. I had not heard that, but I would be surprised if he moved, because but then again, I feel like the Texans are one of those teams where there's not like a huge amount of media coverage, but I don't know if other people have heard that and I've just missed that, because that would be interesting. Yeah, chat too sharp. Well, I do like the yeah, I've been trying to get a little more Downs lately. I think it makes sense there. If the QBs were gone last turn, I was going to do Downs Dimes. Yeah, part of me was Dimes already went. See, that's the hard part about drafting. These rooms are so different. Is Downs went like ahead of Stroud here, Hold on, let me make my pick. What am I doing here? It really wants me to take a running back. Gosh, I don't like these guys. I'll take Sean Tucker. Assuming maybe he is the goal line back in Tampa again. But yeah, it's like some rooms you could count on Dimes being there around what I think his ADP is around 160, isn't it? 155, and then in this case he went almost 10 picks ahead of that, ahead of Stroud and ahead of Ward. So you get a room where someone has a preference and it doesn't pan out. I'm trying to see. They don't have. I thought maybe they were the Warren drafter, and they're not. They just like Danny Dimes. Will Purple Yosh and Gunnar Ross be guests come Elim season? I would be more than happy to have them on in Eliminator season. I'll do Elims this year. I think I'll commit here. I'll max the Elim. I will do it. Even if you only need 57. How many? Wait, Sherman had 57 BBMs. Didn't I think Gunnar Ross had 14 Elims, and I can't remember how many Purple Yosh had. I don't want to have fake news, but I'm pretty sure neither of them maxed it. I don't know. Maybe I made that up. Arlox, what is the range of Kamara, Jones, White, Vidal, Sharps? I don't want it. That's what happens to me. Oh, Purple Yosh max. Okay, fake news from me. Apologies there. But I don't think Gunnar Ross did. Yeah, I don't like that range either. And my fear is that I should just be like at market-ish for all of them. But gosh, it's tough for me to get to. And now that it does seem like there's more smoke that Ken Walker's leaving. Like, should I just be taking Sharps? Because when he's their starting running back in like week 7, I'm gonna feel really stupid having none of that. I don't know. I probably should be less week 1 brained on that. I just hate taking like injured players who we're pretty sure aren't going to be there week 1. It feels like it never works out. Hartman says he's heard the Nico stuff, but hard to say if it's random speculation during slow time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Purple Yoshi was obsessed with the Eliminator. It's a fun contest. All right, let's see. We're coming back up, and it is wide receiver town here. What are we doing here, folks? What are we doing? I think for me, Trey Tucker does make sense, kind of in this range, stacked with Mendoza. Yeah, I'll take Trey Tucker on this team. I think this is going to be a 3-6-8-3 style team. Saquon, Kyron, Javonte, Algier, Tucker. This feels like a decent enough running back room to where I only need to add one more. We'll see what the room gives to us. Sidekick's asking for a tight end. I don't know if I blame it, but we do have Kyle Pitts. I'm okay kind of leaning into that. Crutches taking Njoku and A.G. Mitchell. Surratt goes. Omar Cooper, the Slappy King, goes 1 pick right before us. I'll take Tank Bigsby. He's kind of been my go-to in this range. I don't know, though. Is it weird to have Bigsby and Saquon? It's too late for me to think of another pick. So we take the handcuff. The handcuff discussion. That's something we need to save for like July discussions. So we have fertile discussion, because people, when there's no news, like to talk about the wisdom or lack thereof in handcuffs. But we took Bigsby there largely because I forgot I had Saquon until I had 4 seconds on the clock. So there we go. Yeah, Yoshi is an ethical hooper, 100%. Whereas Gunnar Ross only doing 7 had to run a giga high. It is pretty incredible to get to the final on 7 entries. I mean, my God, that is wild stuff. I like White in that range. Other than that, I'm meh on them. Yeah, Frog Clone, I'm even meh on Rachaad White. I have trouble like seeing that as a big win. Crutches doesn't know why sidekick hates tank. We love 30-year-old backs like Kamara and Jones with uncertain situations, but hate a good 24-year-old backup back because he might be the backup. I'm with you. I like Tank Bigsby a lot. He looked better than Saquon when he was given the chance. He's like spry. I am more than happy to take him. You know, we saw Sean Tucker from a similar vein. He ran wild when given the chance to be the lead back there. I will simply take the younger, more talented ones, Tajay, Mason, Tucker. Yeah, exactly. I like I just feel like Tank Bigsby is more likely to hit than like the rookies in this range. Not that I don't want any of the rookies, but it does feel like it's a nice price for Tank Bigsby here. We're at a 3-6-6-1, so we are going to take a probably two more receivers and two more Cooper Kupp goes. I mentioned Cooper Kupp going there at pick 195 because yesterday I was doing a draft and I said this is going to be a 4 tight end team. I queued up my 4th tight end. I went and did something else. I came back and Cooper Kupp was on my team because I had set position limits. And your position limits override your queue. Don't forget that. It's going to happen to you at least once. It happened to me. I see why it does it, and there's situations where I'm happy it does. But most of the time, if I have a guy in my queue, it's because I actually want that player. So, not ideal. I did not want Cooper Kupp. I wanted, like, some random tight end. Wow, the machine is like, please take a tight end. It's not even showing me any other players. Good God. I'm going to take Ryan Flournoy. I think he's kind of a fun late guy to mix in. With CD Lamb, we can bet a little bit on the Cowboys, despite not having Dak. And if for some reason there is some sort of sign and trade with Pickens or whatnot, Flournoy, I think, makes a reasonable amount of sense here. Brian Robinson right next to Bigsby is not a bad... I don't have much Brian Robinson, but I feel like the thesis is similar, but he's a free agent. So, I mean, I guess you could argue he has maybe more upside because he could land somewhere where he's like actually in more of a committee role than more of a pure backup, just the way that the Eagles play. But I don't necessarily think he's as good. And he was hold on, let me make my pick here. I'll take Cade Otton. I'll take a Cade Otton share. All right. So we'll take Cade Otton. These late tight ends, trying to just mix and match, not get super overweight on any one in particular. With apologies if there's some Tampa stacker that I was unaware of. Where is the Baker drafter? Over here, short drag. They got Igbuka and White. Well, White's not coming back, so there you go. Cooper Kupp is a tight end. It's fine. Yeah, they got to give him tight end eligibility, and we're golden. Ironically, the team that I did auto draft him did have Darnold, so maybe it was meant to be. But I'm not actively trying to get Cooper Kupp. I really didn't need him on that team. Kelly Lapidus, GM to you. Hope you're having a great morning. I had so much Bigsby last year, then he was traded to Philly. I'm still picking him this year because he's good. Yeah, I ran into the same thing. I misplayed the Jags backfield quite a bit. I was basically out on Etienne, and I was taking a lot of Bigsby and Tootin, and I was also taking Will Shipley, and those Bigsby Shipley shares ended up being worth essentially nothing in the end, and Tootin didn't do a whole heck of a lot himself. So trying to avoid those kind of things, those ambiguous backfields. I sort of lived by the mantra of fading the most expensive guy and taking the cheaper ones, and that failed me in Jacksonville and in Dallas. So I think in an ambiguous backfield, I just pick all of them and not make the really firm stand, so I don't end up with like 25% Miles Sanders and 0 Javonte. It's just bad process by me last year. Who Ames, not only was I in on Bigsby in Jacksonville, I was in on Chip. Many such cases, Many such cases. All right. Also, by the way, everyone, if you can, like and sub. We're on the road to 500 subs. We are getting a little closer every day, and it means a ton that you're all hanging out here. But appreciate you all so much. We still need one more receiver, one more tight end. We'll check in on our friends and family like T-Bear over here. 4 tight end T-Bear, they're calling him. 4 T-E Bear. I don't know. We'll workshop something, but he's got 4 tight ends. What are we going to do? Let's see what. Jay Nathan, keep calm, and Marshawn. Funny. Name would have been a lot funnier about 10 years ago with the Marshawn Lynch not getting the ball at the goal line. But solid name here, keep calm, and Marshawn. Hopefully it's not Marshawn Lloyd, though. And then Blue List. Let's see what they do here. All right. He takes Max Clare. Let's go Malachi Fields. I would have taken Stowers. Davis put out his tight end slot model. He put out a great video. It seems like Stowers is tuned me into Stowers a little bit. So trying to get a little more of him as I do these late tight end clicks. So Malachi Fields, I think he is a popular slappy enough pick for us. Jeremy Bernard as well, who goes right after, not Giovanni Bernard, as discussed yesterday. And let's see, we can queue up Justin Jolly. The sidekick likes him. Seems like it could be fun. We have Pitts and Otten. We got 2 surly veterans. We can try to add one of the kids in there. If that goes, then I would think I'd prefer Michael Mayer and the potential contingent upside to Bowers, or trade outs that Mayer could possess. So, but yeah, we'll click on Justin Jolly here as soon as M Jerky makes their pick. So this team is a 3-6-8-3. Drake May, Sam Darnold, Fernando Mendoza, quarterback. Saquon, Kyron, Javonte, Algier, Tucker, Bigsby. Strong running back room. If you want to quibble with the handcuff, that's fine. I don't think I want to do firm handcuffing stances. The TLDR is, I do think there's a lot of outcomes where your star running back misses time, the handcuff gets you through, and then they come back. That's not an outlandish thing to happen. If the star is completely out for the playoffs, yes, you are behind the teams that only took Tank Bigsby in the late round, and you don't have your second round pick. That's obviously bad, but I don't think it's something I want to have some hard and fast rule about avoiding in all circumstances. We got CD, Ladd, Steph Diggs, Wandale, Josh Downs, Trey Tucker, Ryan Flournoy, Malachi Fields, and tight ends of Pitts, Otten, and Jolly. I'll pull the board up. People can see the late clicks. All right. Nick says, kind of funny how many people played Dallas backfield like that. Yep. Got it way wrong for me. I was way overweight on Miles Sanders, and I wasn't very high on Blue. I will say that, because I didn't think Blue was very good. So I just said Miles Sanders is going to be in a 50-50 with Javonte. So let me take the cheaper one. But Javonte was cheap. He was so cheap. You should have just grabbed him too. Bird Enthusiast, is there anyone you're underweight on and looking to increase shares of? I have been weirdly underweight on Lamb. I find myself taking these Genty Cook A-Chain ahead of him at 9 a lot of the time, or even at 8. So I'm probably slightly underweight Amon Ra, but I think I'm more underweight on Lamb. I'm trying to think of other guys I want to catch up on. I think I'm lighter on Flowers than I want to be, not for any reason, just the way the draft boards have gone. And I'm definitely under on Loveland, because I take the receivers in this range typically over him, or I'll take Scatabo over him. But Loveland has that like nuclear week winning ceiling where I don't want to be like way underweight on. So let's check in on the friends and family. See what people did. T-Bear with the 3-5-8-4. Herbert, Rogers, Kirk Cousins, Bijan, Bucky, Ken Walker, Chuba Hubbard, and Keaton Mitchell. So only 5 running backs, but 3 very good ones. And then Hubbard and Mitchell, not a bad running back room there for T-Bear. Malachi Lemon, Christian Watson, DK Metcalf, Chris Godwin, Romeo Dobbs, Shaheed, Jaden Higgins, Malik Washington. So maybe he's gotten wind of those Collins departure rumors, taking Higgins there. And then Mark Andrews, Theo Johnson, Travis Kelce, and Pat Fryermuth like the team there. Mr. T-Bear. Blueless, I saw you hanging out. Let's see, 3683, Hurts, Stroud, JJ McCarthy, Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, Jadarian Price, Aaron Jones, and Mike Washington Jr. Nice running back room. Amon-Ra, Devonta, Alec Pierce, Jaden Reed, Shakir, Dell, Ridley, and Hurst. Yeah, so you got that fall in Shakir. This is pretty nice. And then Laporta, Goddard, and Max Clare. So 2 slappy picks at the end. I think Hurst is slappier than Claire. But yeah, nice team here from Blueless Crutches. How'd you wind the team up? 3-6-9-2. So again, shattering the 3XX3 orthodoxy, only going 2 tight end. Goes Burrow, Malik Willis, and Kyler Murray. A-Chain, Tootin, David Montgomery, Jonah Coleman, Tajay Spears, Charbonnet. Yeah, I guess to answer a question, I really shouldn't have no Charbonnet. That seems bad. He is very live to just end up being the leader of the backfield on the team that just won the Super Bowl. I don't know. Probably not the best, full fade. T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Jordan Tyson, Jacoby Myers, A.D. Mitchell, and then Brazel, Bell, Lane, and Io Manor. So a lot of late, young receiving swings here. Pretty fun team anchored by Higgins and Wilson, like all these later clicks there. And then McBride and Njoku. Yeah, if you have McBride and then a veteran like Njoku, you probably can stop at 2 if you see fit. So yeah, nice team there from Mr. Crutches. Miles was so cheap. He was so cheap. I agree, Nick. Michael Fontaine, good morning to you. Appreciate you getting so much Bond and Tez Johnson in the last 2 rounds. Michael, I'm glad you exist because I haven't heard anybody taking Bond or Tez Johnson. That is wild. I'm not even going to tell you to stop. You do your thing, man. You do your thing. That is that is aggressive. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Bond is interesting because he could end up being like the poor man's version of Shaheed, where he can get there on 3 receptions. They just have him doing crazy go routes. And no one has him. So maybe you're getting a 2% owned slate breaker. I'm not going to tell you to stop taking a guy like that. And then Tez, if Evans leaves, it's still crowded. It's still crowded with Godwin, Igbuka, and McMillions. But you never know. I don't know if I get to Tez. I kind of like the Bond thing more. But hey, man, you do you. I'm never going to tell you those late clicks are bad. Should we be stacking Rashee with Bond? Yeah, for the Texas Penal League team. Nick says, I do wonder if he didn't get hurt and worked out maybe a bit better, but I doubt it. Javonte was really good. I think he might have worked in a little bit, but I'll never forget Miles Sanders breaking free and then getting chased down by a linebacker from behind on what was a 50-yard gain and should have been a 53-yard touchdown. I was watching that. I was like, oh, we're cooked, man. Even when he gets in the breakaway, he gets run down by a guy with 50 in his number. GM, everyone. Hey, GM to you, Steven. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Who is taking a bit of Bond? He became a deep target. I think that's fun. I don't know if I'm going to get to much of that. I'd probably get to more if I felt comfortable stacking him. But, yeah, you don't have to stack these guys late. I really like Shadur Bond as a late back stack. Oof. How many games do you think you're getting out of Shadur? That's my question. Michael says he should have been a first rounder in Judy/Tillman or on the decline. Hey, you don't have to convince me, Michael. I think it's kind of a fun idea. We will see. Brian says GM been a bit out of Luke. What's with all the bond talk? Brian, I'll tell you, it's February 19th, and we're drafting NFL teams. So this is way better of a discussion than you could get right now at this point in the NFL season. So yeah, we're just talking about a little Isaiah Bond as a deep flyer, round 20 of the big board. But appreciate you, Brian. Hope you're having a great start to your day. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out. Hope you're getting ready, starting your packing for your trip to LA for the NBA Dog Bowl. Definitely jealous that the Goobers get to make it a family trip. 4 minutes left, guys. If you want to get in an underdog open, by the way, it is. It looks like it might overlay 96.2%. So maybe it ends up being reduced rake. But with that said, let's hop into a big board. Waiting for one. It could be you. Mac Jones over Shadur Sanders. Yeah. I don't know if the Niners want to get rid of Mac Jones, but I'm sure for the right price they would. My fear is that Cleveland unironically tries to use Watson next year, and it's just like another nightmare quarterback committee situation. Brian the Goober, yeah, got it. Wasn't sure if there was no news whatsoever. Just February. Arlocks, is bird enthusiast a Luther birding enthusiast? I just assumed it was more just birds. Like Sam Darnold has that bird app where you can put it up and it listens to the bird calls. I imagined it was that, but he can clarify. Who Ames is not a Shadur Bull by any means, but as a third QB, I don't hate it. I expect him to play most of the season. They could just play Watson. Yeah, if you think he's playing most of the season, I don't hate it either, because he has shown that he can have. I mean, he did have a spike week last year. You can't take that away from him. But I mean, we don't need to go over all the reasons, the litany of reasons why he was not a great real life quarterback. I don't think I see him playing most of the season. Kelly asking if I drafted any Gainwell last year. I don't think he was on anyone's radar. It is possible I took him like legitimately one time in 800 drafts. I feel like I had like one or two shares. But hold on, let me make my pick. I would love JSN. I think that'd be fun. If not, then we'll just have a Jonathan Taylor team. Let's see what Big NATO does. From his NORAD command bunker. All right, we'll take Jonathan Taylor. Sidekick. I was kind of listening to you last time. Sidekicks abandoned me. That's okay. Maybe he could have been when we all stopped taking Caleb, because at a certain point, remember Caleb was in the 60s, and then by the time the season started, he was all the way in the 90s and hundreds. We knew Warren wasn't getting the entire workload, but even then, I think people kind of waved Gainwell away. He seemed like the kind of guy that's like on the field getting snaps, but not tons of touches. That was kind of, I think, the preseason view of him. But yeah, he definitely took that opportunity and ran with it. But the short answer is as I had very, very little Gainwell. Bird enthusiast, also not a fan of many bird teams as a Packer fan. Cheese enthusiast. Yeah, I assumed it was a bird. Maybe your algo is not just football stuff. B. Grandy says, Ola wasn't even watching the stream, but saw who was in the room. Uh-oh. I haven't even looked at who's in the room. Let's see what we got. B. Grandy at the 2, Blueless at the 1, myself at the 6. All right, so we're in the middle of the room. Let's see what we can do with it. But appreciate you, B. Grandy. Hope you're having a good one. Steven says, I am mad I did not take Gainwell because he is the other Memphis player, so I knew he was good if he got the chance. Yeah. Were you a Rice Ray Davis Bowl as well. I think Ray Davis was Memphis, right? I'm thinking back. So we need the Memphis player alpha when we can get it. Chris Olave going very early in this room. Interesting. Oh, Malik Neighbors. We're not doing Malik Neighbors. Let's take Drake London. We'll do a Drake London team. We'll go Jonathan Taylor and Drake London, and we're gonna banish the sidekick to the Shadow Realm. I don't know why it's doing that. It's something I could easily fix, but I'm on stream. I probably just have to close my browser, but I don't want to lose the stream. Oh, he did not go to Memphis. So where the heck did Ray Davis go? Why am I envisioning that? Now this is gonna bother me. Oh, he went to Kentucky. I think I got my blue jerseys confused. So there we go. Pollard is another Memphis guy. Okay. There we go. Michael Fontaine, they had Warren and drafted a running back in the second. It was a hard click. Yeah. It was, but again, we should have read some warning signs in the when we were really out on Caleb, like by the end of the cycle, because we were getting very, very negative training camp news, and we just kind of knew it was going to be a committee, and yet we only took one member of it by the end. So, in retrospect, all things are a lot clearer. But yeah, it definitely was a tough click, as you say, for a while. All right, Rashee Rice again. Let's see where Rashee Rice goes in this draft. I'll pull the board up real quick so people can see what is going on. Blue list goes triple RB. I would have loved Ken Walker, but alas, he is moving the wrong way for us. Let's see, Big NATO. Maybe he's still getting the newspaper, or he's in a bunker. Unfortunately, he's not in a bunker. He takes Josh Jacobs. All right, let's do an elite QB team. Let's do Josh Allen. So we got Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, and Drake London here. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Elite QB, kind of disfavored, but we're going to try to make it work in this room. Underdog Open has probably now locked up. I meant to show this before. I wasn't actually hiding this. I only did 10 drafts. Our exposure over there, 50% Shane Lowry, 50% Jake Knapp. I don't know. Bobby Mack, Rory. I got a lot of 1.2s, a lot of Rory, Sam Birds, Cam Young, Matt. Yeah, I only did 10, so 12 drafts. So this isn't actually that interesting. I would have liked to get more volume. I just didn't have the time to do much more of that. One and done for me, again, will be Rory. For those of you in the golf streets, I suspect Cantlay will be quite popular with his course history. I think Fleetwood will be popular. If you buy the cold, rainy narrative, it's like playing in England. You could see people going that direction. His form is also outstanding. Rice went the pick after me, by the way, 31. So not a huge discount just yet on old Rashee Rice. We'll see what Runyon does. He takes Javonte. Well, I told you guys I want more Zay Flowers. However, I do want Cam Scatabo here, being that I took 2 detours from the running back position. We will make this a Scatabo team, and off goes Flowers at the very next pick. We'll see what the friends of the program do over here. They got 5 running backs through 6 selections, so a high T couple of viewers here from Mr. Grandy and Blueless. We'll see what they end up doing there. Thinking ahead to pick 54, could end up picking up a 3rd running back. It's also that sort of very fertile ground for the rookie receivers. You get the Tate Lemon Tyson question. However, people are answering that, trying to project where those guys are going to go. I will be attending the NFL draft. I'm very excited. I will be in Pittsburgh for that. I'll go for the whole thing, coming back home Sunday and drafting BBM as soon as it opens, probably that Monday. So can't wait. Can't wait for that. Can't wait to be doing, I'll be doing something from the draft, talking about the picks. I'm excited to really get into the thick of it there. So we got Carnell Tate by ADP, Judkins, Javonte. We'll get one of those guys. Interesting choice. Christian Watson goes. Do we do Javonte or do we take one of these rookie receivers? Javonte feels a little like eating your vegetables, but I think in this case, I would like to do that. And now I think I have some more flexibility later. So we got Allen, Taylor, Scatabo, Javonte, and then Drake London. So sort of anchor wide receiver build. 2024 me would be horrified to have one receiver through 5. But that's where we're at in this room. Hopefully we get something good at pick 67. Likely to see a fair amount of running backs go from at least the first 2 drafters with their heavy running back selections. However, the 3 after them are light on running back, so maybe it'll all even out, and we'll get somebody we like back at the wrap at 78 as well. This room sees Carnell Tate go as the first rookie picks. Tyson goes as the second. Do we do the trifecta? Do we get Orion's belt? The Orion's belt of rookies. Tate, Tyson, Lemon. We got it here. If you do a pre-draft drinking game, that should be worth like 3 drinks. It happens. It's not super rare. It happens a lot, but it doesn't happen every time. The Tate, Tyson, Lemon, back to back to back. Love to see it. Kind of funny. Kind of funny that we're all just ranking them that way, that close to one another. Another good spot to be taking quarterback in, but with Josh Allen, I have done a couple double elite QB teams on stream. I don't think this is the place to do it. I mean, I could take like Hurts and stop at 2 quarterbacks. I did that in another draft. I think it was yesterday. It feels like a year and a half ago. But let's take DK Metcalf. I think that's a nice pick in this range of the board. It also gives us an excuse to take a late Aaron Rodgers if we have to. All right. See something real quick. All right. Ramondre goes next. There was a nice time when Hurts was going in round 7. He rarely makes it all the way there anymore. But when the contest opened, there were some good prices on him that you could get if you were lucky. I think I got him there a few times. All right, so tight ends. A couple tight ends go. Fannin and Warren here. Not seeing anyone doing anything super out of the ordinary. This Doc Boo guy, only one run. So I say that in the right side of the board, we got a yin and yang. The right side of the board has 1 running back through 12 picks. That is very light. That is very light. And if you want to even add the first drafter, he went A-chain Saquon and then took 4 receivers. So very light on running back over here on the right side in this particular room. So somewhat interesting there. I think my preferred pick here would be Wilson or Pierce. I'd be surprised if I had to pick between them. I'm sure at least one of them gets snapped off, but we'll see. Jalen Hurts goes. Let's see what happens. All right, we'll get one of them. Man, I almost don't want to choose. I'm overweight on Wilson. I have a lot of Wilson, and I'd like to be getting more Pierce. But in an individual draft, I think I prefer Wilson, which makes this kind of tough. So let's see. Does Big NATO decide for us, or does he grab one of these quarterbacks? He takes Pearsall, so he goes door number 3. Oh man, I like Alec Pierce, but I'll do Michael Wilson here. We'll buy the Topperino on old Michael Wilson, but opinions may vary. Alec Pierce goes to the very next pick. Not surprised to see that. But yeah, I like this team so far. Even though we started with only one receiver through 5, getting Metcalf and Wilson does feel like a nice way to round it out, and then have an elite QB and 3 good runs. All right. Excuse me. Justin Herbert goes. He goes to the Hampton drafter, not the Lad drafter. The Lad drafter, however, still no quarterbacks, or excuse me, no running backs for the 11 hole. He takes Drake May and T-Law. Oh, my gosh. Oh, and then he takes Dak. Okay, so we have 3 QB at all costs happening there. My God, this Wang drafter, an absolute maniac taking all these quarterbacks. All right, we're coming back up, man. I keep taking Kyle Pitts here. I'm going to take Kyle Pitts again. We're just going to go back to the well. This is going to be a Kyle Pitts season. It's going to be a Kyle Pitts year for me. If Kyle Pitts is bad, we are going to struggle in the big board. So there we go. Yeah, we are seeing extreme 0 RB. This guy is a 0 RB extremist, this Wang. With I don't fully understand the T-Law pick there, being that he stacked Dak with CD. I think that would be fine. Like if he wanted to have 2 quarterbacks, it's aggressive but not indefensible. 3 quarterbacks there through 8 rounds. Oof, that is maybe that guy really knows the late. Maybe he really knows the late running backs and has a plan. But we will see. You'll see. And Daco, you're going to see this more and more. The Mahomes worthy double tap at the turn. I think that makes sense. Which price, Fraud Clone? Fraud Clone saying the price is so good. I missed which one you're referring to there. Well, speaking of prices, I think we just take Jadarian Price here. I think that pick's kind of nice. We did not get our guy Algier. I have Algier ranked ahead of Price and Dowdle in my my own mental ranks, but we'll grab Jadarian Price. Yeah, I agree, Frog Clone. The Pitts price. I think he was so expensive at pick 44 that we're still just in our heads. People think Pitts is overpriced, and he's not. Like I don't think he's overpriced at pick 91. I think he's too cheap. We overshot it. I just think we overshot it. Like I know Warren and Fannin are fun, but if I can get Pitts 2 rounds later, I'm going to do that every time. And I don't mean to poke the hive, because I know Fannin. There's Fannin has his extreme fans, but it just seems too cheap. This will be a Shakir pick with Josh Allen if Shakir is available. If Shakir goes, we'll take Wandale. If Wandale and Shakir go, then I'll take Juwan Jennings. But I like this clump of receivers. I take pretty much everyone but Jaden Reed, and maybe I should even be getting more Reed with Dobbs out the door. I should be taking more of that than I have been. Someone asked about receivers. I'm underweight on Reed. Reed has to be in that conversation for my team. Rockland has no Warren, but would like to get some. I don't love the price. Yeah, you know what's funny is before I did a single big board, I said Warren was going to be a target for me, but I assumed we would be getting him 2 rounds later. I'm shocked he's this expensive. I think he's in line to have a pretty good season. The end of the season was just weird. Like there was just systemic collapse in Indy. But up to that point, I mean, Warren was awesome. Like the Warren versus Loveland was a real debate until it wasn't, and the answer was Warren. And then the answer flipped again, like hard to Loveland winning it. But I don't think like Warren's talent just evaporated overnight. I just think the situation got drastically worse for them. Matthew Golden got some positive coach speak. about them wanting to get him more involved. Could be a beneficiary of a Romeo Dobbs departure. We'll see there. Gainwell and Emmett Johnson, I like those guys quite a bit. I would consider taking one of them, I think. I am very overweight on Emmett Johnson. And probably going to get even more overweight unless Big NATO takes him. In which case, we'll grab Gainwell. Nope. All right. Force my hand, will ya? We'll take Emmett Johnson. And now we can push our last running back towards the very end of the board. Hey, Pat Moore Poker, GM. Appreciate you so much, Pat. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. Pat Moore Poker of the Fantasy Sharps channel. Fantastic channel. In season, doing some dog bowls. Him and Merck's Cards. They do a great show. So highly recommend those guys over on Fantasy Sharps. Frog Clone. Yeah, I'm with you on the pit stuff. In another world, Loveland and Warren's prices are oh, you're talking about, the Loveland Warren discussion. I agree. It definitely could have run out that way. And, we will never know. But it's, I do wish we got more of a discount. I've been taking Warren, but I got to force myself to do it. Because he is in, he's in a range of players where, I like so many of the clicks. You can still get Ramondre, you can still get all those receivers we talked about, and then the quarterbacks, Burrow, Daniels, Caleb May. There's a lot of competition for clicks in that spot, but Warren's ADP is held. It has not fallen at all. All right, let's see. What do we want to do? I think we just take Mendoza here. If we had Coker, we probably would have leaned this to Young, but let's just grab a Mendoza share. If we want to push quarterback, I don't think we need to take 3 once we have Josh Allen here this early. We could find ourselves taking one with our next pick, but didn't want to get totally locked out of locked in starters, which could easily happen if I pushed it to 150 for my next click. Yeah, we see Bryce Young go here. So another QB off the board. And with our next pick, ideally, it will be a receiver. Yep, I was going to say, Juwan Johnson is tempting, but he just went. This team is also live to take Penix, pick 170. So we wouldn't have to take him theoretically with the next pick. We could eye taking Penix at 163. I don't love Penix, frankly. I have concerns about both injury and talent there, but the team does seem committed. Young players do improve, so not a guy, a guy that I don't want to get overweight on, but on a team where I have London and Pitts, if I'm ever going to take Michael Penix, this is probably the team to do it. All right, let's see. Tyreek, Hunter, Booty. You know what? Let's just take Sharbs. I've been saying I want Charbonnet. I think on a team like this, Charbonnet running back 6, we could just end up with an absolutely awesome running back room here. Yeah, I think we have enough running back firepower to hold off needing Charbonnet. Of course, Scatabo, you could argue maybe if I had somebody who there were no week 1 questions on would be a little better. But I think this draft capital wise, at least we can take Sharps here and feel decent. I would like to get to 8% on him. We're gonna have to make a commitment to do it, and none of these receivers were really such that I couldn't pass up on that. So let's queue up Penix. If we don't get him, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. We're definitely live to lose him to a 3 QB truther. Styles only has 1 quarterback, so that is definitely a risk there. But you know what? What can you do if it happens? Let's see. Does Styles take Penix? No, he takes Aaron Jones. So we still could lose him again. Nope, we do. We lose him to a guy who needed a 3rd quarterback. So there you go. It is it's the way of the world these days. It is really tough. is really tough. Judy goes. We'll take Pat Bryant. I almost took him with my last pick. Let's do it. Pat Bryant seems like a fun click to me. Started getting more and more work late in the season. I thought he looked better than Franklin a lot of the time. We'll grab Pat Bryant there, and not worry too much about the third quarterback situation with Mendoza and Allen. B. Grandy, he's up to 3 quarterbacks himself. Let's see what Blue List does. B. Grandy does get the Downs, Danny Dimes connection there, and Tyler Warren. So nice triple stack there, or double stack there for Daniel Jones. Blue List, he got the Baker Godwin double tap. So a couple different instant just add water stacks. We're seeing Baker Godwin on this side, Mahomes Worthy on this side. He adds Travis Kelce there too. So Tashawn Tucker adds to that Tampa stack. So nice stuff there from Blue List over at the one. Shadur Bond. Oh God, I don't know if I can do it. It'd be a pretty good bit though. I'll tell you what. All right, let's see. I'm light on Theo Johnson, not through any like intent on being light on Theo Johnson. So let's take him there. Let's take him on this team. So Theo Johnson, welcome to the crew. Another tight end, and again now with Pitts and Theo, we could push our last pick to one of the rookie tight ends if we want, and not feel like we're at risk of eating a zero at the position itself. B. Grandy takes Tesla. I like Tesla if we're going to go with players who could have second-year breakouts. All he did was score touchdowns. That seems good. And he's got Goff, Laporta, and now Tesla. So a couple nice stacks there, the Indy and the Detroit stuff from B. Grandy. Other than that, nothing too crazy from anyone. This the 0 RB drafters, let's just check in on them. As you know, Wang, his first running back was Rico Dowdle in the 9th round, then waited all the way to round 15 and took Allen and Vidal. Oh my gosh, that is aggressive. That is aggressive there, pushing running back that late. That's something else. All right, let's see. Quarterbacks. I'll take Aaron Rodgers here. He is the I think he's going back. It's not confirmed yet, but I'll take Aaron Rodgers, especially on a team where I have DraftKings Metcalf. I think that makes a lot of sense. So this team, we got a 3-6-5-2 with Allen, Mendoza, Rodgers, Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, Cam Scatabo, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, and Zach Charbonnet. Wide receiver room of Drake London, DK Metcalf, Michael Wilson, Khalil Shakir, Pat Bryant, and tight ends of Pitts and Theo Johnson. I actually quite like this team. I feel like for a team where we only took one receiver early, Metcalf, Wilson, Shakir, Bryant, they all feel pretty live to put up good fantasy points. So not too bad. Not too bad, I have to say. I think we're going to stop at 6 running backs on this team with the draft capital we put towards it. I think if you wanted to stop at 2 tight ends here, you could with Pitts and Theo. I generally don't in 20 rounds at tight end. Just tight ends get hurt so much. So, yeah. Hartman noting, just when you think no one can 0 RB harder, there's a bigger fish. He is a 0 RB extremist. I mean, my God. That's he legitimately might only have one running back scoring points in week 1 on that team. That is bold. That is bold. We'll put it that way. All right, what do we want to do? Speaking of bold, what's Keon Coleman? Ugh. Let's do Torrey Horton. Let's do a Torrey Horton share. I think that's kind of fun. he seemed like he was on track to potentially break out before he got hurt in the middle of the year. So we'll do that. Add Torrey Horton to this room. Our late clicks don't all have to be rookies. We can take these second-year guys where we could see a path to upside. If Cooper Kupp retires, I think that would be even better potentially. I don't know that he will. I think Kupp is going to come back, but either way, it felt like Torrey Horton was starting to push his way onto the field. Wow, Wang goes 8 receivers, even Keaton Mitchell and Keon Coleman. Best of luck there to the 11 hole. They are they're marching to the beat of their own drum. I'll say that. All right, what is Runyon gonna do? He takes Parkinson. I'll stick with this. This team, maybe we go a little lighter on the rookie receivers. Let's go Ryan Flournoy. I like the Ryan Flournoy stuff late. I know who Hames is in on Flournoy. I like that click here, especially again if you buy the Pickens malcontent stuff. If he gets franchise tagged, there's always the possibility of a tag and trade. Flournoy looked darn good when given opportunities, so we'll take a crack on him. You can consider him in the same range as these rookies with unknown upside. Malachi Fields goes. I mean, I take a ton of Malachi Fields. I don't want all my teams to end exactly the same. So we will do that there. Yeah. Not bad. We could potentially look at adding like a Freiermuth to this team. I know I said I was going to take the tight end with my very last pick, but second to last pick, same concept. Wouldn't mind getting that little mini Aaron Rodgers team stack with Metcalf and Freiermuth. Antler Rice is live to take 2 tight ends, so we might lose him here. Although I think someone by ADP was higher. And let's see. Yeah, I think, there's, assuming everyone stops at 3, Styles and Dr. Boo need them. We do have Otten and Tonjes there. Interesting choice. Do we want to do that? All right, let's see. Do we get, I'll queue up Freiermuth. So Cooper Kupp goes. I'll queue up Jeremy Bernard, and then I'll queue up Isaiah Bond. So let's take Pat Fry, and hopefully we get one of these two. Maybe we'll get our first Isaiah Bond share. It could be bad. How many yards did he end up with? I'm going to guess he ended up with 145 yards. What did he end up with? Oh, 338 yards is more than I thought. So there we go. The deep threat. That is twice as I thought he had like one game where he got all his yards, but there you go. Isaiah Bond. Could be a fun click. This is the first time he's been in my queue. So that is something there. So let's see. By the way, if somebody withdraws from the Genesis, you guys have to tell me, because I need to edit lineups if that happens. So don't let that happen to me. That's all I ask. That, and you hit the like, hit the sub. Those things all help a ton. Do we get another Jeremy Bernard share, or do we get Isaiah Bond? Have to stay tuned. Stay tuned and find out. Wow, this Wang of 5 running backs. 9 receivers. His running back room: Rico Dowdle, Katron Allen, Kamini Vidal, Keaton Mitchell, Mike Washington. That's it. Oh my God. Jeremy Bernard goes. Oh no. This is going to be an Isaiah Bond team. If Isaiah Bond goes, though, we need a backup. We'll really slap it up and put Ted Hurst in there. Wow. We're going to end up with our first Isaiah Bond team. There it is. Isaiah Bond. We did it. There you go, Michael Fontaine. We didn't get Shadur, but Isaiah Bond. We'll try. We'll try it. So this team, for the audio listeners, 3-6-8-3. I actually love this team. Josh Allen, Fernando Mendoza, Aaron Rodgers. Nice little QB room. Jonathan Taylor, Cam Scatterbo, Javonte Williams, Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson, Zach Charbonnet. A perfect mix of boomers and slappies, uniting the room. Drake London, DraftKings Metcalf, Michael Wilson, Khalil Shakir, Pat Bryant, Torrey Horton, Ryan Flournoy, Isaiah Bond. No rookies, all just seasoned veterans. Seasoned veterans, but some young players. Bryant, Horton, Bond, all second-year players. I think Flournoy is older than... Is it his fourth year, I think? Anyway, still kind of young-ish. And then Pitts, Theo Johnson, and Pat Freiermuth. I am very happy with this team. Yeah, 47 people smashed the like. How many likes are we at? I probably don't even want to look. What are we at? All right, 20. We got to get to 30 likes. If we get to 30 likes, we'll do another draft. That's all I ask. We'll do one more. We'll do one more. If we can get to 30. So let's see. That's our goal. If not, I've got to run. Because I do have stuff I get to today. I did want to, all right. I think we got there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Oh, I get rewarded with developer mode. So now I got to join on my phone. All right, give me 1 second. Let me hop in. Apologies if you got underflowed. I wasn't trying to do that. You guys saw. All right, here we go. Big board. Nope, I'm hitting the wrong button on my phone. Here we go. All right, big board. Four to start. 4 to start. If you guys want to get in, hop on in. Appreciate the likes, everyone. Thank you for doing that. It means a ton. If you can sub, even better. Even better. Perfect semi-boring team. Yeah, I'm with you, Mr. Brad. I'm with you. Sometimes these teams, Herzig had some pre-draft contests that won. I can't remember if it was on Drafters that won. It had like 0 rookies. Like, it's the fun stuff is the fun stuff, but it doesn't always. It's not always what you need. Yeah, thanks, FrogClone. Hit the like. I did, Greg. I have maxed the war room. But now I'm in here at the 12. In here at the 12, line of scrimmage at the 9. And yeah, surprise. Not a ton of friends and family. And I don't think there was an underflow because this was waiting for 4. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. So drafting from the 12 hole, I do a lot of running back from here. So we'll see if we do that. If people really want 0 RB, maybe we could try it, but I don't know. I will say this. I like Justin Jefferson quite a bit. I've been trying to get more of him. I don't like artificially pulling him up at 9 between like picks 8 through 10, but I do find myself doing that sometime. So I will say, I will take Justin Jefferson if he is there at pick 12. And off we go. But yeah, the war room, for those of you who don't know, the war room is going to fill. So if you want to get your war room in, or did it fill actually? Let me see. Did the war room already no, but it is at 98.6%. So that's going to fill today. That will fill today. So if you want to hop in that one, hop in. I think it's only a 2 of 12 advance compared to 3 of 12 in the big board. So slightly different structure, but a very small final. I think it's a 30-seat final, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of a fun contest there. Hey, Bindles, GM to you. I'm doing great. Appreciate you so much coming in, hanging out. Thanks for stopping by, Bindles. Bindles famously the first guest ever on this channel. So I always appreciate you, Bindles, for hopping on there when I was still quite a bit smaller than even today. So let's see what Cosette does. All right, so we'll just do Cook Jefferson. There we go. So not a 0 RB team, but a start I cannot complain about. I do think Jefferson is live to potentially move. I could see him in the first round if the QB play improves, but I don't know who he's going to flip is the problem. So maybe he kind of is at his ceiling. Maybe he flips Cook. Maybe, but we're so running back thirsty. I don't know. This really just might be where he goes. I mean, maybe Genty. Genty at 7 is aggressive. That's not his normal ADP. But yeah, I think there's a chance that he does rise at least somewhat. Friday. Yeah. We'll figure something out. I haven't thought that far ahead, and it's tomorrow. So yeah. Well, we got to make this happen because I do like getting some of you guys on. Appreciate you so much, Bindles. Gosh, it's Thursday. It's because it was President's Day and I didn't get to stream Monday. My whole week is kind of off here. Let's see. Oh, we've already teed off. So hopefully there were no withdrawals that I was unaware of. All right, so the Genesis is off and running for those of you golf fans out there. All right, let's see. Let me switch this real quick. All right. We'll switch to the night driving for the last draft of the day. Let me know if the music is too high, too low, terrible. Whatever you got to let me know. Please let me know. All right. Again, it's funny having none of y'all in here. I like, I like to look at your teams. It gives me something to do. But you know what we'll do this draft is Rashee Rice watch. Rashee Rice watch. We do have 2 no badgers over here on the left side of the board. I've got a no badger next to me there. So far, they're all well behaved, although this one going no running back so far. Puka, Pickens, Bowers. Bowers at 27. Oh my God. There are people who would kill for Bowers at pick 27. I've been trying to get a Bowers Bijan start and have not gotten that. So Bowers, at least in this room, fell. That's the latest I've seen him go. Oh, okay. We got Mr. Fontaine in here at the 4. Gotcha. So Taylor, Henry, Breece Hall start for you. Oh, you okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. What do we want to do here? I think we take Etienne if Kozit doesn't. I hate to just do Lad Etienne, but I think we just do Lad Etienne. We have literally just gone by ADP here, and we haven't gotten any ADP value. But I don't see a real reason to deviate this one. I think that's who I would take even in the absence of ADP. All right, let's see. Bindle saying hello to Purple Yosh. M. Stockton, I'm the aggressive 7 hole. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, yes, you are the aggressive Genty drafter. Good morning, M. Stockton. Appreciate you. Thank you for identifying yourself. So I know you guys are in here. I also like to, be able to just look at your team and chat a little. It gives me something to talk about. Bindles Hartman saying, what's up to Bindles Frog Clone? I pulled Genty up to 6 and like the team a lot. Yeah. I think you definitely can do that. I feel like pulling people up is fine when you're just moving them around the round versus like pulling a guy up like 2 rounds, because then you start vaporizing too much projection. Brad says Pickens falls though, so not super unique. If he fell to 4, that'd be sick. Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. They kind of just got Pickens and Bowers in a different order, so they didn't really get to capitalize on that. GMT Ultimate White Male. Committed to the bit here. Love me some Lad. I hear that. Purple Yosh. Lad is a good click in that. Lad is a good click in that range, especially if we think that McDaniel improves the fortunes of the passing game there. Purple Yosh saying, "What's up to Bindles?" All right, let's see. Lamar Jackson goes there. Okay, Flowers had already gone. I missed that Flowers went. I thought you were going to get the rare Lamar Flowers turn. I don't think I've seen that quite yet. The aggressive 7-hole. He's got McMillan, McLaurin. I think he's live to end up with the Daniels stack there. What's Daniels? Yeah, 63. So if he wants it, he can have it, or you can try to push it. We'll see what M. Stockton does. Do we get Orion's belt? We've got Tate. Nope. Waddle. We bricked. We bricked out on the Tate, Tyson, Lemon trio, but alas, maybe next draft. Maybe next draft. Purple Yo saying, what up to Bindle Saber? GM with Tyreek released. Are we going to see Waddle move, or was that priced in? It's hard to tell because we've seen Waddle move up on his own. He was going almost a full round later when this opened. So he's just been steadily steaming up to where he probably should have gone. But I don't know. I don't think that moves him much. I don't. I feel like it was, maybe it wasn't. I always say things aren't priced in, but that one weirdly feels like it kind of was. If that makes sense. All right, let's see. Swift goes. So running back is pretty toast here. What do we want to do? Oh, I don't like Odunze very much. Yeah, what do I do? What do I do? All right. We'll take Daniels and Sutton, I think. Yeah, we'll do Daniels, Sutton, with apologies to the McLaurin drafter. I do think Daniels is a nice price here. We're at the turn. I don't think it's going to line up with me getting Herbert. Herbert goes at 78, and I see Herbert get plucked over on the left side of the board a lot. So we'll see if we can end up pairing Ladd and Herbert. We probably wouldn't pass that up, but Jefferson's a little hard to stack. I don't have much 9. Daniels, I'm okay taking unstacked. Mr. Brad, front half of the board is wonky. 1-0 RB, 0 receiver, 1-0 running back, 1-4 running back. Yeah, people kind of doing their own thing. We got a true 0 RB drafter here in the 3-hole with Puka, Pickens, Bowers, Igbuka, and Tate. Fuzzy Logic, he took 4 receivers before taking Harvey. Then we've got the Michael, who is hanging out here. Goes 4 running backs early, and then Waddle. So a lot of different structures you're seeing in this room. A lot of different ideas being thrown out. Sabres personally taking him out of after Ladd, Zay, and Smith in his rankings. I don't know why, but I like him more than the 3-4 turn guys. Yeah, it's funny because Waddle has always been like a darling of the drafting community. I remember last year everyone was high on Waddle and it didn't work out, and it's been a while since we've kind of seen it from him, but we know it's there with Waddle. But getting the chance to be an alpha, praying that the QB play improves in Miami, seems like he's pretty live to be a good click here. The 3-hole though, wow, Bowers and Warren before a running back. So my goodness, double elite tight end here from the 3-hole. We have ladies first having Allen and Caleb. The 1-hole goes Lamar and May. So QB could be Adam. Thankfully, we have Jaden Daniels. It could get sketchy here. Especially on the turns. We might end up having to get aggressive in this 11-12 range to round out our QB room, but we will see. We will see. These are the kind of things you kind of got to plan ahead for. Just mentally taking notes at the pockets of where players go. But again, seeing Lamar and May and Allen and Caleb, it's normally those get spread out, and now we see Burrow and T-Law, so could get pretty thin. What's the furthest you've seen Rashee fall? Where did he go in another draft we were in? 33, 34? I haven't seen him fall that far. All right, so Herbert does end up going, so we don't end up with the Herbert Ladd combo. That's okay. Let's see. And we're going to end up with more Kyle Pitts again, huh? I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of Kyle Pitts. Gonna end up with a lot of Kyle Pitts here. See what the room gives to us. There goes Dak. What does Cozit do? He takes Jacoby Myers. So I'll take a Ricky Pearsall share. And do we take Pollard? I guess I'll just go Pearsall Pollard. I think that's fine. So we'll go Pearsall Pollard and off we go. So yeah, this is kind of a meat and potatoes team. Nothing super interesting has happened for us. We didn't really get much ADP value. We've been sort of top clicking off ADP. We went a little rogue, but I didn't think we needed QJ and Ladd together. I've done that before, but would have been nice. Had Herbert been there, probably would have double tapped QJ Herbert and then ended up with the double, but we didn't get that in this room. Saber says, feel like it's going to be Olave last year. They're going to have to throw it all game, and it's going to be his direction at least 15 times. Oh yeah, talking about Waddle. I agree. I think Waddle could be a absolute volume monster next season. I know this mock here has the Dolphins taking a receiver, Jordan Tyson. So that would be kind of an interesting move if the Fins draft one of those elite receivers. I'm of the view that the Dolphins have so many problems that wide receiver would be a little bit of a luxury for them, but you never know. New regime, maybe they want to put their stamp on it, take their own skill players. I could see it happening. All right, again, more quarterbacks go. The Hurts drafter gets Mahomes. So again, these QBs are not getting spread out. We have a few people with 0 who could end up in a tough spot as the draft rolls on. All right. Do you think Pitts has a real breakout season in him, or is the value more about spike week upside, or both? I think it's both. I think Pitts is live to be pretty good. And we saw the like league winning, fantasy playoff winning spike week out of him when it mattered most. I have often wondered, like, if that 40-point week happens in week 7, where are we drafting Pitts? I think we're drafting him near where we are. But he wouldn't have opened at pick 42. Like I just think we've overshot just a hair. All right, let's see. Goff goes. We've got Wandale, Jennings, Shakir, all nice picks in this range. Godwin, Coker. Wouldn't mind adding some of them. Running back is dicey here. Let's see what Kozit does. He takes Nick. I would have taken Nick's to stack with Sutton. So maybe a little unlucky. You know what? I said I wanted more Jaden Reed. So maybe we do Reed and... Do we do Reed and Love? Do we have to stack it? I don't think we have to stack it. I think we do Reed and... let's do Reed and Wandale. Let's do Reed, Wandale. And then if we have to double tap QB, we have to. I don't know that I need to get that aggressive with quarterback. I don't know. Maybe I wish I had. Crush that, like, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you there. Jaden Reed, guy knows, well, Bindles, if I knew ball, I would have more Jaden Reed than I have right now. I don't like that I'm like super duper low. I'd like to get a little closer to market than I have been on Reed. I've been taking Wandale, Jennings, and Shakir kind of over him. Wandale to the Titans would be sick. Yeah, that would be pretty fun. I've been kind of in my head having Wandale returning to the Giants, but that would be fun. Yes, Hartman. The 49ers are going to set the record for miles traveled. That is true. They are playing over in Australia, so that gives them a huge edge. Because that's like more miles than I think the Patriots traveled the entire season. Don't fact check that, but they went really far. And then I think one of their home games is in Mexico City, so they like lose a home game too, if I'm not mistaken. And they're just a coastal team, so they naturally have to travel further to get places. So yeah, they're maybe they're just trying to get away from the substation. All good. Yeah, it is a fertile ground, so I don't want to have like none of one of the guys. I think that might be bad. Australia game, yes, the Australia flight. It's the big reason. Frog Clone Reed Price has to go up when Dobbs. Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't think. I think the market is doing that thing where the thing we all know is going to happen happens, and we then adjust the price. Flyfish says, I haven't gotten to read because I thought Golden would replace his role, but Green Bay seems to think Golden will assume Dobbs' role. That's the other thing, is I think Golden might just be terrible. So they're going to need Reed to do more. So, yeah, I think I need to adjust. It might be a little late for me to get like exactly where I want in the big board, but in the post-draft stuff, I'll probably try to be closer to market on Reed than I have been. I don't love drafting a guy who literally is playing like 55% of the snaps at most. He just like disappears for long stretches, and it's just not great. All right, let's see what Kozit does here. Man, running back is just dead. This is so killer. This is pretty killer. All right, Dobbs goes. So we're gonna double tap quarterback here. I think I'll do Mendoza, Malik Willis. I could do Cam Ward with the hopes that Wandale ends up there. I mean, maybe we do. You know what? Maybe we lead Cam Ward because we do have Pollard's a free agent, though. All right, I'm going to take Malik Willis. I went kind of back and forth there. All right, so we got Jaden Daniels, Fernando Mendoza, Malik Willis. So fair amount of upside here in the QB department. Running back, Cook, Etienne, Pollard, a little light there. So this is likely going to be a 3-7-7-3 team. We got Justin Jefferson, Ladd, Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, Jaden Reed, Wandale. So a lot of receiving firepower on this team. Probably stop at 7 there. The way we've got this one built out. All right. There goes Ward. So let's see. Everyone kind of caught up at quarterback fairly well. We still have our friend here, Michael. Let's see what he does. He's got Darnold only, the only one with only one quarterback in the room. But Darnold's not the worst place to start a QB room with, and a lot of teams now have 3, including myself and M. Stockton. He takes Shaheed to stack with Darnold. Makes sense there. All right. Mason goes. Debo goes. All right, so for us at running back, just looking at the options, it's so thin, and we're kind of, yeah. I wouldn't mind Charbonnet again. We're trying to get closer to market on that. I find myself taking Sean Tucker. Sometimes I feel like taking rookie running backs in this range is almost like you tell yourself you're plugging a hole because it's a mystery box, but it's probably just a 0. Like it seems fun. Like, oh, well, I'm taking an upside swing, but in reality, it's you might already be in trouble. I don't know. It is really tough to end up in a position like I am where you need some late running backs. So we're really going to be leaning on Cook, Etienne, and Pollard on this team to give us some production. So we'll see. Again, very strong at the other positions. I don't even feel like I forewent that much by taking Mendoza and Willis. I think the falling behind on running back was more a function of the Reed Wandale double tap, but none of Johnson, Gainwell, Dobbins came back to us. So maybe a little bit of run bad that we got absolutely no ADP value in the running back rooms. All right, I'll take Jonathan Brooks and Sean Tucker. Jonathan Brooks, we just have to hope after 2 knee surgeries we get something. This is not a guy I have a ton of, but you know what? He was drafted highly. He was the first running back taken, didn't play all season, got hurt immediately the following season. Yeah, we'll see what they have in the tank with Jonathan Brooks. Not a guy I'm very high on, but a guy in a room like this where I'm trying to catch up. Maybe we'll take a flyer on. Sean Tucker almost feels like the opposite. I think he's pretty live to have a low touch goal line role, but with the contingent upside of potentially a lot more. We've seen that. Greg says ACL is the NFL's Tommy John. It's fine. I know, but after two, we're starting to get a little worried. Maybe starting to get just a touch concerned there. All right, let's see. Revisit his rookie profile. You'll feel okay about the Jonathan Brooks bet. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, I think he has the talent there to carve out a role. But I'm not sure. Let me see. Was it the same leg or both? You know what, Saber? I forget. It is the same one. It was his right ACL twice. Not great. Maybe they made it stronger this time. But yeah, not the best situation that we find ourselves in here with the running backs. All right. Coming back around. Still need tight ends. Yikes. We're behind on like all positions. I have to say, I'm going to be candid. This is not my favorite team I've ever drafted on stream. I'm glad we hit our like goal. However, I don't love this team. I have to say. Quarterback room's great. Daniels, Mendoza, Willis. Running back room is so weak. Our receivers are awesome, but we also don't have any tight ends. And I don't think this is a team where I can stop at 6 backs. So I think we're going to have to make this work with a 3 tight end team. Yeah, maybe we stop at 6 receivers. I don't think I've done that in the big board. Is Jefferson, Ladd, Sutton, Pearsall, Reed, and Wandale enough? Maybe we stop at 6. I don't know. I don't think I've done a 3-7-6-4 before, but we will see. Lusty Duster, first off, GM to you. Appreciate you coming in. Where's the love for Braylon Allen? He's younger than most of the rookie running back coming in. Brees probably gone. Jets will jet, but worth a flyer. Well, he has his whole life ahead of him, as we know. I don't mind clicking on him. I do take him occasionally. I have taken Braylon Allen. It's not someone I love. I think he's going to be back. Brees is going to be back as part of the problem. So I think he's going to end up in that committee. Let me make my pick here. Let's do Theo Johnson and Tank Bigsby. I think that's kind of nice start here. Feel a little better with Bigsby on this team. And now we got Theo Johnson. So we at least have somebody with a pulse in the tight end room. Yeah, Braylon Allen's fine. Braylon Allen is fine. He went at pick 163 here, which I actually think is early, isn't it? Where does he go? Braylon Allen. Nope, it's actually 2 picks after ADP. So there we go. So the market is in line with you, Flusty Duster, in having some interest in Braylon Allen there. He probably would have been the 3rd running back after Brooks and Tucker for me in that range. I would have him ahead of Rachaad White. Could that be wrong? Maybe. Rachaad White just seems so so darn dusty. Greg says, apparently rehab with the team all season was pretty aggressive with his rehab. If that means, oh yes, I love aggressive rehab. Best shape of his life. Really motivated. That's what I want to hear. that's what we love to hear in February. Goods with smashing Braylon only, thinking Brees is gone, but feels like a bad pick now. Yeah, I like it way more if Brees is gone. I'm with you, Goods. I don't necessarily think it's a bad pick though, because I was taking Braylon last year and thought he was fine. But it does lose some of its it does feel like the upside that we hoped was there has now been capped. And it is kind of an aggressive price for that. Maurice Perkins says Trey Harris is one of my hidden sleepers. He's fine. He's fine. Especially if you think Keenan's gone, which I think Keenan will be gone. I guess he just didn't really pass the eye test. He's okay. He's okay. But yeah, he's in that like second year mold of guys. We took a bunch of second year picks last draft. The Horton. Who else did we took? We took a bunch of second year players. Let me pull this up. Who was it? I know we took Florida on that team, but he's not second year. Well, anyway, he's in that mold. If you're buying second year breakouts late, he is one that you can definitely go to. Oh, Tesla. We didn't get Tesla, but we talked about him. Pat Bryant. That was the other one. It was Pat Bryant. So there you go. Yeah. That's why he's hidden. He's hidden because he didn't look fantastic. Steve-O, how's it going? Hey, appreciate you so much, Steve. Steve over on the Fanspeak Network, one of the best channels to follow. Appreciate you so much, Steve. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. What do we want to do, people? What do we want to do? Gosh, Cade Otton. Just like really gross clicks here, huh? Really gross clicks. I almost feel like I do Otton Freiermuth because I think that gives us enough optionality to stop at 3 tight ends, because at least I have 3 like NFL starters. I say that with Otton. I've seen them get mocked to taking like tight ends in the second round, which is kind of scary. But Otton, I think Otton's also a free agent. Now I'm blanking. Either way, an NFL veteran, if you will. Professional, yeah, as Greg says, a professional ass tight end. That's what we're going for. Flyfish excited to see the role Trey Harris envisioned for Westbrook IQ. Oh gosh. When I saw Westbrook IQ, I feel like is like the Winter Soldier being activated. I didn't even know I had those feelings in me. I took so much Westbrook IQ in pre-draft. Oh my God, what a bad pick. I hadn't even thought of that. I can't even acknowledge the point you're making because I'm stuck on Westbrook IQ. But yes, maybe we'll get Trey Harris to get that role. But for me, the Westbrook IQ role is utter failure. Scroll all the way down and click. Oh no, we're not doing Keandre Lambert-Smith. Mason Taylor. Man, I was big on Mason Taylor last year. I don't know. Is he any good? Did he actually look good? I don't know. Yeah, Otton's a free agency. Okay. Do you think he goes back to Tampa? I thought they liked him. I thought everyone was kind of happy there, but they didn't extend him. So it was always Malik Washington. Greg, it was always Malik Washington. But for a brief shining moment, man, Westbrook Ikeen, a tall Dolphins receiver. I mean, he looked good on the Titans. Longest touchdown, Hartman reminds us, in the NFL 2 years ago. Never forget. If we were doing some kind of DraftKings longest touchdown promo, we would be in the money there. But I guess once we have Theo, Otton, and Freiermuth, maybe we don't need a 4th tight end, and we could do a standard 3-7-7-3 team here. Steve says, I think there's a fair chance Otton goes back, but he should be in a decent market because his blocking helps keep him on the field. All right, there we go. Otton to Dolphins. Oh gosh. Sure, why not? I mean, we need a tight end. We do need a tight end. Yes, best ball cabal. Otten plays a ton of snaps. That is true. And sometimes those randomly, not randomly, it's usually injury related, but he does have those like 13 target games in his bag, so who knows? I don't mind Otten in the very dregs of these drafts. Otten can block like crazy. He sounds perfect. He sounds perfect for our benighted Dolphins. All right, can we at least get Mike Washington Jr.? All right, we get Mike Washington Jr., our savior. And then who's our last pick? Who do we take? Do we take Isaiah Bond again? Do we take Isaiah Bond? What are we doing, guys? Do I take another shot on running back? Jordan James, Roman Hemby. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Jordan James. We're going to do a 3-8-6-3. I feel like with... No, it's going to auto out. I'm doing Jordan James. I don't know. It could be bad. But with Jefferson, Ladd, Sutton, Pearsall, Reed, Wandale, we used a ton of draft capital on receiver. I think where the holes need to be plugged is running back. Jordan James might be an utter zero. The Niners draft a running back every year, but he was active in the playoffs. Brian Robinson is a free agent. I will take the chance, I don't know what percent to put it at, that we are getting CMC's backup in round 20 and at a massive ownership discount. Again, I don't recommend, I'm not saying to run out and grab Jordan James, but I'm saying at least it is some kind of swing in this really tough range where we don't think a lot of these rookie running backs have a ton of juice. So Hartman asking, is Waller going to play this year? I don't know, man. He barely wanted to play last year. Yeah, Jordan James. I know, Frog Clone. This is not the best team I have ever built. I will tell you guys when I like the team. I like the first two teams we built on stream. This team, it feels like, kind of got away from us a little bit, but we did stick to a plan, right? We took 6 running backs through 10 rounds, and then we didn't add any more. So, if we're going to go with the Hurts and quality or quantity, not both, I think we lived up to that mantra in this draft. M. Stockton, any thoughts on my 7-hole field stand? All right, let me look at your team, M. Stockton, and then I got to run. I am kind of up against it here. Stafford and Baker, so a 2-8-8-2. All right, not the most common build here. Let's see, Stafford, Baker, nice QBs there. Corum, Gainwell, Mason, Aaron Jones, Brian Robinson, Najee Harris, Damon Claiborne, Isaac Rendo. So yes, you went pretty hard 0 RB. I don't mind these names. I don't know about Garendo. I guess you kind of did the same thing. For me, I think Jordan James beat out Garendo. Oh, you're in the 7-hole. Okay. What the heck? I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Didn't I look up M. Stockton? Oh, I looked up the Michaels team. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. M. Stockton. All right. 3-7-7-3. There we go. Herbert, Young, Cam, Ward. All right, more standard build. Genty, Brown, Warren, White, Mixon, Brashard Smith, Ollie Gordon, Tet McMillan, McLaurin, Lemon, QJ, Golden, Jalen McMillan, Trey Harris, and then Gadsden, Helm, and Gesicki. I like this team. I don't know why you say it feels thin. You've got a nice Chargers bet here going on. You've got 3 competent quarterbacks. You're anchored by Genty and Brown. I think this team's great. I don't see a problem here. Dear God. You got Mike Washington, RB3 in the class. All right, sweet. Flyfish, we like him so much we didn't want him to use him last year. Yeah, I know. Frogcloud supports Jordan James. Believe in it. I'm with you. Yes, we do like our Mike Washington. I messed that up. I got a weird 3-8-7-2 build. I don't think that was mine either. It might be my sign. It's time to go. It's been 2 hours, 4 minutes. If you guys can, please like the sub. Yeah, it is time to go. All right. If you can sub to the channel, if you can like the stream, if you can leave a comment, I would appreciate it so much. I got to run, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same great time, same great channel. Take care, everyone.